The Brothers of Liberty, here to remind you what true freedom is. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Liberty. This is with your older brother, Kelton Clark. Today we're talking about Oregon again. This time it's not against the state government, as it was in a couple of videos beforehand, but it's actually about a petition to get something on the ballot um, created by David Michelson, who is considered an animal rights extremist and who's also a vegan. Um, he has got petitions on getting it on the ballot called Oregon IP13. This is not a bill, but an initiative petition. If it gets on the ballot, the voters will decide the outcome in the November 2022 elections. This petition, if it gets on the ballot, will remove current exemptions from Oregon's animal cruelty laws. The petition will prohibit intentional injury or killing of an animal, which is their animal abuse, artificial insemination, which will be sexual abuse, and neglect, tethering or transporting animals, things like that. Um, Now, this is being done all in the name of animal rights, but in reality, what it is forcing people not to eat meat and destroying an economy just for someone's views and opinions. Now, I am all for views and opinions, but do not force them on other people. That is not tolerance. That is you trying to be a dictator, and because you don't agree with people, you're forcing them to try to agree with you by hurting their economy now and trying to pass it off as something it's not. They try to say it's not going to hurt the cattle industry, but when you actually read the whole petition and ballot, and even from reading other articles, a few law groups agree it will. Pretty much what it's going to do is, like I said, one of the things is it will prohibit the intentional injury or killing of an animal. Guess what? So, guess what? There's no hunting, no fishing, no pest removal, no killing cattle for meat. Um, and this is not only, you know, go, going to affect the people livelihoods, but it's going to affect the economy of Oregon in a big way. Now, I've done some research, and according to OregonFresh.net and Oregon State University, which took their information from OregonFresh.net, the cattle industry contributes more than $900 million to the Oregon's economy, and they say that it makes it the top agricultural commodity. Now, they try to say, oh, people can switch to raising crops, but if you have pests destroying your crops like moles and stuff, you can't even get rid of them because that would be considered animal cruelty. Now, as far as how the whole outlook for the United States, Oregon cattle receipts off of beef2live.com only shows that it counts for 1% of the United States. Now, that 1% may seem minimal to the United States, but it's going to have an impact on Oregon, who employs, you got to think of all the employers that's going to affect, all the families it's going to affect. If there's no beef for restaurants to sell, or if they have to raise their prices, it's going to affect the people working in those restaurants, grocery stores. They're going to raise their prices to import beef from other states, even though they have a large commodity of it in their own state, which is going to raise the prices. And what these leftists don't realize, and these vegans, is once one price goes up, all the other prices are going to go up too. But this is what they want. They want to force their views on other people and don't want to look at the repercussions. And then when there's repercussions where their city can't be lived in no more, they move to another state and try to ruin that state by voting with their leftist ideas. And now there was a similar initiative called the Colorado Initiative 16 in Colorado. However, in July, that was actually it didn't even get on the ballot or be considered for the ballot because it was voted that it was against the state constitution for rules of putting, because it had more than one subject in it. So that got killed, but I'm pretty sure that there'll be another initiative. And if the initiative does get on the ballot in Colorado, um, Colorado produces the receipts are 5% for the nation. So that would definitely have more of an impact where prices will start going up for the rest of us. And once they do it in one state, they'll try to do it in a whole bunch of other states. And there'll just be a chain reaction. And I have no problem with someone being a vegan or a vegetarian. Eat what you want. If you come to my house, I'll respect your beliefs. I'll fix you something that has no meat in it, no dairy, etc. But don't start telling me that my freedom ends because you're against something that I'm not. No, there's a reason why, and we say the pursuit of liberty, life, and happiness. We are free. I do not stop doing something because of somebody's opinion. So you want to you don't want to eat meat, don't eat meat, but don't force your views on other people. This is why on this channel we say we're here to remind you what true freedom is, because you're going to find out there's a lot of people like me that feels that way, and we're not going to put up with it. So once again, this is the Brothers of Liberty reminding you what true freedom means.